Hello, this is a clip from Don't Bury the Lead, and Dom and I are talking about Gunther.
I think it'll be interesting.
I would hate for Gunther to lose the title at this point because he's been the best wrestler that I've seen on SmackDown.
Yeah, he's been the working man's wrestler, which is what that IC title is for.
Yeah, he's really doing the Harley Race stuff with the IC title, where it is the best worker on the roster that seems to always have that, right? So, so I would be like, I'm hoping that Gunther retains it.
Okay.
So we talked about the main event here. What do you think?
This is the best of the angles that carried through the pay-per-view without being settled or anything boosted at the pay-per-view. What do you think was the best of the rest of this show?
I'm starting to pick my favorites. I'm starting to become a fan again as we've been watching after 2 months. We didn't watch it for 2 months, so I didn't really have pull for anybody. I was just like watching it. But my favorite part of the show is Gunther every time. So it could be Gunther or it could be Sami Zayn and Bloodline. Those two pretty much are the reasons I want to watch. So I would say tonight would Gunther versus Kofi Kingston. Another good match out of Gunther. One thing I'm starting to notice is Gunther works slow, but it's not necessarily like a lot of guys that work slow just kind of gas, and then that's why they slow down.
That's why they're slow.
Yes, like really, like some guys, like he works really slow because like 15 minutes in they're blown up, or 10 minutes in they're blown up, and then there's like these rest holds. But he works a lot more intentionally slow, where it's slow moving and boring, and then he can pick it up when he has to.
It's his character. His character is deliberate and stalking, but he's not rest hold, gas, like you're saying. And it's slow only in comparison to Kofi Kingston, Rey Mysterio,
Ricochet,
guys like that.
Our main event.
Ricochet. And even then it's not slow. It's just that he's not bouncing off the ropes. He's not springboarding all over the place. Yes. He's not setting a guy up for a Hurricane Rana. So Gunther definitely wrestles the style of a bigger wrestler. But I don't think it's boring. I don't think it's bad. This was a neat match with Kofi Kingston. And I think each guy wrestled their style. And, Gunther's good at this. And maybe this is why he really is a good IC champion, is because if you're the world title holder, you're only getting the A-listers. But if you're the IC title holder, you're going to wrestle a greater variety of opponents. And Gunther seems to be able to do that. He can wrestle Sheamus, but he can wrestle Rey Mysterio. He can wrestle Kofi Kingston.
Yeah, he is getting the sampler platter of WWE.
Yes.
Which is like, guys that are up and coming, guys that are old veterans hanging around that just, he got a good match out of Mysterio, who's great, but Sheamus, who sometimes that doesn't necessarily have the best matches on the planet, although he's been pretty good recently. Kofi Kingston, a variety of people that he's been up against where they wrestle different styles than him, and has delivered on them. So he definitely has the sampler platter thing going for him right now in WWE.
And it's good for him to get this win over a high status guy like Kofi Kingston, and also to do it by himself. Again, Imperium thrown out from ringside after interfering. Although they stopped a Kofi Kingston dive attempt. So I was wondering if you were watching that and cheering like, yes. So they stopped an early dive by Kofi. The ref throws him out. So Gunther has to wrestle a match without his crutch. And I think that's good for him heading into his title defense against the World Cup winner.